Liberalism is what happens when Democrats take all your money and there's nothing left. They screech, we teach. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
We'd like to think a new year wipes the slate clean, but we're realists at Annex Wealth Management. Challenges remain: market volatility, taxes, a pesky virus. It makes you wonder, what's next? Annex Wealth Management is ready to face those issues with you as a fee-only fiduciary with Wealth Metric. More than a portfolio review, it addresses your investment, retirement, and tax plan. If you ask, how am I doing? Or more importantly, what am I missing? Visit AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. We're ready. Know the difference. Annex Wealth Management.
Keeping you in the right lane for your drive home. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
Helping Ukraine defend itself. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is there today for talks with that country's president as the Biden administration gives Ukraine $200 million in military defensive aid with a massive Russian troop buildup at the border.
Our view is this is an extremely dangerous situation. We're now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, and this is adding to the concern.
Russia is sending an unspecified number of troops to neighboring Belarus for joint military drills. The move beefs up Russian military assets near Ukraine, stoking more fears of an invasion. The Kremlin wants guarantees that NATO will not admit Ukraine into the alliance or place weapons and troops in countries bordering Russia.
Fox's Steve Rappaport. There could be questions about that Russia-Ukraine situation when President Biden holds a news conference at 4 p.m. Eastern, his first one in months.
A senior White House official said they realize the dynamic with the president needs to change. His reset plan is said to be making conversations with Congress less of a priority with the public and then focus more on talking directly with Americans.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. He could also be asked about election reform.
If the Senate cannot protect the right to vote, which is the cornerstone of our democracy, then the Senate rules must be reformed.
But a few Democrats won't go along with Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to change filibuster rules to get around Republican opposition. They call the plan a Democrat federal election takeover. There were just about over 1 million more COVID cases reported yesterday in this record surge. And as the White House acquires 1 billion tests, the website for Americans to order some got up and running last night.
Each household in the U.S. can request up to 4 rapid tests from the federal government by going to the website covidtests.gov. That's tests with an S. They will be shipped first-class mail via the Postal Service and are expected to take at least a week to arrive.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, that arrival might be toward the end of the month. America's listening to Fox News.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out through North Fort Myers, expect delays along 41 near Littleton Road, just north of Diplomat Parkway because of a crash with possible injuries. You have troopers, deputies, EMS all heading out to that scene and causing a little bit of a slowdown along the highway. Heading out right now through Bayshore Road, also in North Fort Myers, toward I-75, we have a crash on the southbound exit ramp getting off of Bayshore toward I-75 South. So watch out for some slowdowns eastbound there, approaching the interstate right past the Love's Travel Stop. Not too bad up and down the interstate itself. No actual problems on the bridges heading out through North Fort Myers into downtown Fort Myers and along the Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday, we'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees in our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning, and we'll be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. Few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty, it's all about you in 2022.
About me?
Well, not you per se, but car shoppers who want a great deal from Victory Lane Chevrolet.
They can get a deal here.
Okay, can they get 1.9% for 72 months on new and used?
No, they can't.
So you can't deal like Victory Lane?
I guess not.
Can you deal an additional $1,000 off new Chevys with a trade-in?
No.
Sounds like you can't deal with anything, Marty.
You know what I can't deal with? Your voice.
Marty can't deal. Start the new year in a new ride from Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 1.9 APR for 72 months on all new and used vehicles in stock. Plus an additional $1,000 off any new Chevy in stock when you trade in your vehicle. Plus our goal of 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, VictoryLaneChevrolet.com. All offers on in-stock vehicles with approved credit. Offers cannot combine. See dealer for details at 13122.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line we stream live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to the podcast and to our channel on Rumble. Just go to rumble.com and type in Drew Steele. You will find the show. All right, coming up this morning, we're going to talk a lot about education today. There's a lot of things that are happening with the Florida legislature, things that are important to you, to your child's education, your grandchild's education. And quite honestly, if you don't have kids and you're thinking I'm out when it comes to the talk of education, just remember, you want to know what's going on in our communities. You want to know what's going on in the state. And these are, I believe the children are future. Right, Jake? Teach them well and let them lead them. Come on now. You don't want to sing it with me. Show them all the
I don't know what song you're singing, Drew.
You have no idea what song. Are we doing this again? It's Greatest Love of All. Whitney. Do you remember the name Whitney Houston? Does the name Whitney Houston ring a bell? Nothing.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay, good. All right. Well, there you go. That's anyway. The point is you should care about what's going on with the education of our kids. And there's a couple of big stories that are going on in Tallahassee one of which we're going to have a conversation with State Senator Manny Diaz, who's going to join us, scheduled to join us in the 8 o'clock hour, 8:05, I believe. And we're going to talk about FSAs. We're going to talk about testing. We're going to talk about the changes that are going to look to take place here in the state. If we're not going to test our kids, how are we going to know if they're proficient? It's impossible to know, right? What could we well, slow down. So we're going to have that conversation and some other education questions that are going to be asked this morning with State Senator Manny Diaz. And also Florida Citizens Alliance, and Rick Stevens is going to join us because we've got a couple of education bills, big ones, that have to do with CRT and addressing CRT, that have to do with materials that may be and are harmful to minors that are in schools. We also have the distribution of those harmful materials and again, student assessments, which is an important topic. So we'll get to all of that coming up this morning. Also, it's funny how when you have fake news, legacy media, and, you've got the Washington Post and you've got the New York Times and you have all the alphabet networks and you have all of these people who rip and read and run with stories that have been proven to be lies, that they never turn around and say, my bad, I made a mistake. It's always leave it there, let it simmer, let it soak, let it sit, don't retract it. Because if you don't retract it, a year from now, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, see where I'm going here? You can always pull that in. Because if you Google it, it's still there. If you look for the story, the fake news story, the lie, if it still exists and it's not retracted, you won't get the retractions. You will only get the lie. And so, is it true that on the Supreme Court, an obnoxious, quote-unquote, conservative justice, Neil Gorsuch, refused to wear a mask there on the Supreme Court, causing Justice Sotomayor, the liberal justice, to have to stay away, to have to remotely be able to do her job because the callous Neil Gorsuch was not going to be wearing a mask. No way, no how. No, not exactly. There's a little twist on that story if you haven't heard that. And listen, it goes to the fake news legacy media and what they'll put out and the lies that they will distribute and then not take them back, what we just discussed. Also, how exciting is this? This is a big deal, everybody. There's been a DWS sighting, a Debbie Wasserman Schultz sighting.
I have the skin of an alligator.
Yeah, she's still around. How about that? And she has a couple of things to say about the not voting rights bill, not voting rights legislation, but as Britt Hume put it, the voting rules legislation. Big difference. It's not about voting rights, everybody. It's so awesome how the left couches things, how they put it out and they use the right verbiage. I mean, who's not for voting rights, right? Who's not for affordable health care? Who's not for fill in the blank? It's what they do. It's the language that they continue to push and push and pound and pound and pound and the words that they use to try to get you to believe that it is a voting rights bill, that it is about voting rights. And who doesn't want to have voting rights? No. It's a voting plan. It's a voting plan change. It's something else. It's not a voting rights bill. It's a voting rules bill. They want to change the rules. And boy, you can tell that the Democrats now are getting desperate. How do you know that it is desperation time? Well, not just some of the things that Chuck Schumer said and Jen Psaki have talked about in the past 24 hours. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. But am I right about this? According to the AP, today, 1 year in, Joe Biden is going to, well, I guess, is it today or tomorrow? Is it today? Joe Biden is ready to talk to the media. How about that, everybody? Oh. So today's the day. Now, I say that it's desperation because you're really going to do this? 1 year into a presidency defined by lofty ambitions and at times frustrating shortfalls. Yeah, I'd say so. President Joe Biden will try to talk anxious Americans through the challenges of delivering on his lengthy to-do list. as he holds a rare news conference and asks for patience with the pace of progress. So I guess it is scheduled for today, 4 p.m. Is he going to be late? Will he be all right? Will he be there?
Not a joke.
I mean, I'm just worried, we just want to make sure he's going to be there. 365 days in office. Biden gave no indication he felt a reset was in order. But his appearance was playing out on the same day that prolonged Democratic efforts to overhaul the nation's voter laws appeared set to go down in flames on Capitol Hill, and as Biden's massive social spending package remains stalled. This is desperate times, right? Desperate times call for desperate measures. And what is more desperate than bringing out right now the President of the United States, to bring him out in front of the media, who it was Senator Kennedy, Republican Senator Kennedy from Louisiana, who I think, yesterday, said it best when he said,
all in 1 year. If the aliens landed tomorrow and said, take me to your leader, it would be embarrassing.
He's not wrong, everybody. I mean, if aliens came down right now and said, take me to your leader, what would you say? Yeah, he's busy right now, and there's a lot of things going on. And can you wait a second? You guys don't suck blood, do you? Because do you even know what blood is? Anyway, that's desperate. It's desperate to put Joe Biden in front of the press right now, or is it? Because we're gonna get a lot of demagoguing. We're gonna get a lot of hyperbolic statements. We're gonna get a lot of Jim Crow 2.0, which is what the president said. An outrageous, horrific statement to compare voting rules changes right now to Jim Crow laws. Are you kidding me? Read a book. Find out more about the Jim Crow laws and what they were, and then describe to me how they are one and the same. What's happened during the laws of Jim Crow and where we are today. But they're going to bring him out. And I guess he's going to try to make his case to the American people. I don't know. It's weird because the numbers right now are horrific, awful. I mean, if you're talking about popularity, right? He's in history. He is, I think if I'm not mistaken, what I heard yesterday, and Jake can confirm this, Jake the Millennial, and I think he will give me a thumbs up. If I'm not mistaken, the president's approval ratings 365 days into his administration is the second lowest in history. The only lower number at this point was President Donald Trump. Now, you may cringe at that, but remember something. Well, remember the good times. Let's just go. Can we just go back for a second and just remember? Can we remember what it was like pre-pandemic? Can we remember what it was like under Donald Trump? Okay, anyway, I digress. That is the kind of numbers you would see going down the golden escalator being attacked all the way through a year of a presidency, a media completely against him. Oh, and by the way, a Russian collusion hoax that was out there as well, filling up the airwaves. And still, Joe Biden is the second lowest approval rating in history. That's quite a feat to do that. And all he has going for him is reality. But, yeah, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, I brought her up. I got to play this audio. When there's a DWS sighting, oh, you got to play it. All right, so Debbie Wasserman Schultz, for some reason, I guess it was CNN or MSNBC or one of them, decided that they were going to drag her in or pull her in or bring her in because people have been clamoring to hear her thoughts on the voting rules changes that Democrats want to put forward, couching it as Voting Rights Act. Here's what she said.
This is an ugly stain on our history, and we need to make sure that
she's also talking, she's also talking about the filibuster, right? So she's talking about the changes that need to happen. She's talking about the filibuster. She's talking about Manchin and Sinema, who don't want to go along with filibuster changes. It doesn't make a difference how you try to manipulate it. She's not having it, right? Or they're not having it. And so here you go, DWS. Here you go, DWS.
This is an ugly stain on our history, and we need to make sure that we pass voting rights legislation so that we don't get lumped in the cauldron of suppression and oppression that communist countries that my constituents fled from.
Okay, so we don't what?
Get lumped in the cauldron of suppression and oppression that communist countries that my constituents fled from.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, yeah. So we want to make sure that we don't become, if we don't do these changes, everybody, it's going to be socialism and communism. I'm sorry.
Are in the midst, continue to be in the midst of.
Okay, we are in the midst of this, right? So Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who is a congresswoman on the East Coast of Florida, whose constituents, many of which made their way out of totalitarian communist socialist regimes, knows exactly what it looks like. And she wants to make the case that her constituents believe that if we don't do something about voting rules and change it right now, the filibuster, and we don't do and enact what they want, which is to not be able to have identification when you go to vote. No. That's absolutely positively not. When they want to put this in the hands of the federal government as opposed to states, which, it's going to be good times. Everything's going to be above board. No problems there. And more that we have talked about with this voting rules changes legislation. She wants you to believe that they're looking and going, I'm concerned because this is exactly what we're talking about and what we left. No, don't do that. I mean, she'll do that because the Democrats, they love the rhetoric and the hyperbolic statements and they love to go there. And it's not like that at all. But she wants you to believe that. So it's always fun to see a DWS sighting. It's good stuff.
I have the skin of an alligator.
Yeah. So, by the way, hey, check this out. This is awesome. You're going to love this story. I wonder if I should wait to yes. Okay. Let's take a break, Jake. And when we come back, you're going to love this story. We're talking about voting rules changes, not a Voting Rights Act, a Voting Rules Act, a changing the rules and how Democrats want to do this in the kind of slimy ways that they do things. But anyway, what if I were to tell you that there is a new way at the airport where you can show identification that will have you jaw open, mouth gaping, possibly falling down in your seat? I'm not kidding. You need to stay here for what's coming up next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Investors appear on edge, concerned that the Fed's going to raise interest rates in an effort to fight inflation soon. The Dow was off 543 points at the close Tuesday, the S&P off by 86. The Nasdaq was down 387. Microsoft is shelling out more than $68 billion for Activision, the creator of games like Candy Crush. And Airbnb's chief is going to Airbnb himself.
In a series of tweets, Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky says he'll be living on Airbnb, staying in a different town or city every couple weeks. The move, part of an experiment to help the rental platform improve the experience for people who can now live anywhere, highlighting the pandemic's surge of remote work. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and I want to be sure you're given the best prices on fine jewelry and diamonds. Other jewelers don't like me. Why? Because we offer better prices and a superior experience. If you go to Tiffany's, you're going to get a great product, but pay 2 to 3 times what it's really worth. If you go to a chain store, you're going to get something that's really cheap and bad quality. Don't settle for high prices, low quality, and a bad experience. Buy real jewelry from me, Stuart Duncan, a real jeweler. The love of your life will really be proud to know that their diamond came from Duncan's Diamonds. Your true love deserves the best. And at Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and I will make sure that you can count on it. Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. Come to one of our 3 beautiful locations.
In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myShowerDoor.com.
There's too many. Way too many. Way too many vehicles. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Cape Coral have a problem with too many used cars on the lot. In fact, it's more used and certified pre-owned vehicles than we've ever had. Ever. Our problem is your solution, as Sutherland Nissan is heavily lowering prices on our massive inventory. That means lower payments too. Shop pre-owned Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Chevys, Fords, trucks, SUVs, vans, even hard-to-find models. We've got them all and then some. As Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer, it's never been easier to buy the car you want at your budget. All access inventory, sales, discounts, and offers end January 31st. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, you ready for this, Jake? This is pretty unbelievable. You know, the new Voting Rules Act. Not going to call it voting rights. Not going to use the language of the left. It's not about voting rights. It's changing the rules and getting rid of filibusters and the like. And, you know, with these new rules, can't have voter ID. Absolutely not. If you're going to vote in this country, you do not need any kind of identification to vote. No. That's what the Democrats want you to believe. That's the way we should go. Okay. But I did find this today. The TSA has disclosed to a congressional office, this is good stuff, okay, that illegal migrants flying without proper identification. Listen, if you don't have identification, we got something that you can use. You are allowed to use an arrest warrant as an alternate form of identification when presenting to airport security. This is, according to the Daily News, the Daily Caller, they obtained some DHS documents, and yes, when asked, it says if you're an illegal, you got an arrest warrant, you can use your arrest warrant to identify you to the TSA so you can fly. Everything's fine, folks. Everything's fine.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
I stay very active. For my 40th birthday, I ran a 50-mile race, and to train for that, I was running about 70 miles a week. But over the years, that's deteriorated to a point where even running a mile, my knee would swell, and the pain that I would have would sideline me for several days.
That's Shane Mosney's story that led him to QC Kinetics.
I elected to choose a combination regenerative therapy that helps my knee regenerate to a point where I'm able to get out and start running again. But more importantly, I left there with a lot of hope.
QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments boost your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged tissue with no drugs, no downtime, and no surgery.
Those guys have given me back a part of my life that was deteriorating. I just ran my first 10K since my therapy, so I'm trying to pick a good half marathon to run, but my goal is to run another marathon, yes.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 893-PAIN.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
It's the 55th annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 20th to Sunday, January 23rd, in two great locations, on land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console, and bay boats to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the nautical market, as well as food trucks and fun kids activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 20th to Sunday, January 23rd. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking at the Naples Airport and trolley transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. That's naplesboatshow.org. The 55th annual Naples Boat Show, hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden holds a news conference today, the last day of his first year in office.
This will mark the first time since March of last year that the president has gone face-to-face with the media with all topics on the table. It is expected the pandemic, Russian troops on the Ukrainian border, and two major Senate battles on voting rights and his stalled Build Back Better plan will draw a lot of interest from reporters.
Fox's Gernal Scott. On the island of Tonga, full communication with the outside world could take a month to restore, with an undersea cable cut during a volcanic eruption Saturday.
Volcanic ash covering the airport runway in Tonga has prevented planes from delivering aid to the Pacific island nation. The tsunami generated by the quake destroyed hundreds of homes on Tonga's smaller outer islands and killed at least 3 people.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Lehigh Acres, we're dealing with a crash with roadblock along State Road 82 and Jaguar Boulevard, so watch for some slowdowns. Heading through North Fort Myers, also a crash on 41 near Littleton Road with a lot of emergency units responding to that scene. A possible rollover reported there. Looking good along I-75. No problems up and down the interstate. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
after a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday. We'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees in our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning. And we'll be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. Few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Most people don't know this, but in Southwest Florida, your air conditioner is designed for an outdoor temperature of about 92 degrees and the indoor temperature at 75. Well, oddly enough, it gets hotter than that in Florida in the summertime. That means that part of the year, your air conditioner is too small by design. It's the correct size for the house, but in the summertime it seems to struggle for a little while in the afternoon, which may be very normal. So don't panic. Use a NATE certified mechanic to find out the truth and make sure your machine is sized correctly. Bigger is not better in this business. The right size is the right size. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
There you go. So there's a campaign spot. Jake is like, okay. There's a campaign spot out of Louisiana. This is interesting. It's a Senate candidate, Gary Chambers. He's making some news. I guess this is a way to make some news because it features him smoking a big old, as the kids say, a big old blunt, a marijuana cigarette, or cigar. How do you want me to say it, Jake? How do you
keep doing what you're doing?
Okay. He's got a big. If you don't know what a blunt is, it's a how would you describe a blunt for those that don't know what a blunt is?
It's a cigar with weed in it.
Okay, it's a cigar with marijuana inside of it. How's it? Okay, listen, not everybody knows, Jake. It's okay. I have to go to you to get the references and the definitions and. Because, you're part of the youth. That's all it is.
Come on, man. You guys have been around for a while.
I know. I'm just saying, just in case there are people that don't know. So he wants to make marijuana legal in the state of Louisiana. And so his whole thing is and if you watch the spot, he's in a big old chair, a nice, relaxing chair in the middle of a field, just sitting there smoking away. Now, I might say that here in the state of Florida, we already have somebody
marijuana
who was already trying to use that as well. Nikki Fried. Did I say that? Well, maybe, kind of. I don't know. So there you go. So that's where we are. That's where we're going. It is interesting to think to yourself, all right, let's think about this for a second before we move on. Jake, if you had to put a year on it, the amount of years. Some people are saying, I never thought in a million years that I would see somebody running for the Senate, United States Senate, and having him in an ad smoking a joint, smoking a blunt, smoking marijuana. When did the shift happen? There was a time, how many years ago would you have said, it'll never happen, or it could never happen? It's ridiculous. There has to be 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. I mean, how long? I mean, that's an interesting thought because there has to be a shift in the mentality of the American people or in people in general that they believe that a winning proposition for a Senate candidate, a United States Senate candidate, would be to create an ad with you as the candidate smoking weed. What? I don't know. If you had to put a number on it. That's an interesting question, right? Do you have a number in mind? I don't know. 239-479-5592. Maybe you have a number in mind. What would it be? 5 years? 5 years ago, could you have said that? 2012. No, I'm sorry. 2016. In 2016, when it was Hillary Beast versus Donald Trump, could you have run an ad in that election cycle in 2016 with you smoking a joint and saying, I want to be in the Senate? Maybe.
I mean, if Hillary would have pulled out a blunt instead of hot sauce, she might...
Instead of the hot sauce. That's not very nice. It's even Nancy Pelosi's laughing at that one. All right, I don't know. So 239-479-5592. All right, a couple of other things we wanted to get to. I mentioned this a little earlier, and I wanted to get to it. The fake news legacy mainstream media is going to fake news. That's what they do. They do their fake news thing. Remember when people ask, why do they do this when you have the internet? Why is it that people continue to report the way they report and report lies? And why do they do this if they know that we can get the truth, we can get the facts, we can call them out? They do it because there's a number of people in the electorate that will listen to everything that they say, and they're way too busy to do the kind of good work that you're doing. They're way too busy in their lives, and a lot of you are as well. Too busy to go and do any of the work politically or in the news that you need to do, because you got to pick up the kids, you got to take them to sports, you got to go, you got to educate them, you got meals, you've got fun, you got all these things in your life, and you just need the info. Give it to me quickly, tell me what I need to know, and then off you go. And And of course, the fake news legacy media banks on that. And they bank on the fact that when they put out these ridiculous stories, lies, flat out lies when they're caught in these lies, they won't retract the stories. They may put a retraction in the story, but the story still exists on the interwebs. Thank you, Al Gore. Oh, if we didn't have Al Gore, we wouldn't have the interwebs. That it will still exist. It's still out there. And in November, early or October of 22, when somebody wants to go after somebody politically, you could just... Can you hear that? It's like... What are you laughing at? You would be able to go to the Google machine. What? And you would be able to find it. And you could use it. And there's not enough time to get to the facts, the truth. If you hit them hard, hit them fast. Okay. So what am I talking about? All right, so there's been a lot of people talking about Sonia Sotomayor and not being able to be there. Supreme Court Justice Sotomayor announces she will only attend oral arguments remotely this week. Per NPR, Justice Sotomayor is boycotting in-person attendance because Justice Gorsuch refuses to wear a mask on the bench. So Neil Gorsuch, Justice Gorsuch, conservative Gorsuch, Trump appointee, you have Sotomayor, lefty progressive justice. We're told that Neil Gorsuch refuses, and she's not showing up for work because her health's in danger. Is that true? Is that what's happening here? Sotomayor has diabetes, a condition that puts her at high risk for serious illness or even death from COVID. She's been the only justice to wear a mask on the bench since last fall, when amid a marked decline in COVID cases, the justices resumed in-person arguments for the first time since the onset of the pandemic. Now, though, the situation has changed with the Omicron surge, and according to court sources, Sotomayor didn't feel safe in close proximity to people who were unmasked. Chief Justice John Roberts, understanding that in some form, asked the other justices to mask up. They all did, except Gorsuch. I need some dramatic music. Who, as it appears, sits next to Sotomayor on the bench. His continued refusal since then has also meant that Sotomayor has not attended the justices' weekly conference in person, joining instead by telephone. This is like some evil scheme to keep Sotomayor out of this. You see how the justices... Is that all true? Shannon Bream last night, Fox News, was reporting on this and was asked, is that really what's going on?
Okay, so NPR published a story, Brett, saying that Justice Sotomayor, who has diabetes and has regularly been wearing a mask on the bench during arguments, expressed that she, quote, did not feel safe in close proximity to people who were unmasked. The story goes on to say Chief Justice John Roberts, understanding that in some form, asked the other justices to mask up. It then says that Justice Gorsuch, who normally sits right next to Sotomayor on the bench, has repeatedly refused to do so, and that's forced Justice Sotomayor to operate remotely from her office for arguments and conferences. I am told that is not accurate. A source at the Supreme Court says there's been no blanket admonition or request from Chief Justice Roberts that the other justices begin wearing masks to arguments.
Huh. Really? Anything else?
The source further stated Justice Sotomayor did not make any such request to Justice Gorsuch. I'm told, given that fact, there was also no refusal by Justice Gorsuch. The justices are all vaccinated and boosted, and they do test before taking the bench for arguments.
Okay, let me just stop right there. Huh. So it's a lie. This individual who's been reporting on this, I believe it's Ruth Marcus, is the Washington Post deputy editorial page editor. She's someone who has been repeating these lies as well there in the Washington Post. Gorsuch what was not doing this. He was not only not doing this, he was not the only one that was doing this, apparently. And nobody thought anything of it. There's actually the court, what is it? The artists, they do artist renditions of the court. The artist rendition of the court actually shows who's masked and who's not, and who's sitting next to who. It's the same person that was talking about Neil Gorsuch not too long ago, misstating his comments about flu deaths. And because the court stenographer got it wrong, they ran with it, but they made a mistake. Flu kills, I believe, hundreds of thousands of people every year. That's not what Neil Gorsuch said during the oral arguments about the vaccine mandate. He said flu kills, I believe, hundreds, thousands of people every year. They left out there's a comma there that they left out. But that wasn't true either. Again, I bring this up because if we can't not only get the news or fake news legacy media organizations to give us the truth and then retract when they tell a lie or make a mistake and be able to correct the record. Do you see how that affects things like how people view what's going on with the Supreme Court and the decisions that they'll be making? And oh, by the way, when it comes to masking, there's some new graphics out on masking. I don't know if we're going to... wait, hold on. Before I get to the masking part of this, Shannon Bream did bring something up as well. Hold on here.
There was also no refusal by Justice Gorsuch. The justices are all vaccinated and boosted, and they do test before taking the bench for arguments.
Okay, so they're all boosted. They're double, triple boosted, right? They're all vaxxed, double vaxxed, triple boosted. They're all like, they got a super duper boosters. And they're all tested then when they go in. What do you think a mask's going to do? Has anybody asked that question? Am I the only one, Jake? Do you see what I'm saying? You're double vaxxed, you're boosterized, you're hyper superized, you're duper hyper looperized. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You got every shot known to mankind. I mean, you are juiced. You are shot up. You got everything you need when it comes to the vid. And you even take tests when you go into the Supreme Court. But I got to tell you, that mask is going to make all the difference in the world. If you're not wearing... So the mask's going to make the difference, even though you have all these vaccines and you've been tested. Okay. Oh, by the way, there's this. Statewide mask mandates that have been imposed versus no statewide mask mandates imposed. We come to find out that the statistics are out right now, and the numbers are not good for those that are looking at mask mandates as the way to go. You've got states like Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Delaware, Illinois, New Mexico, California, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Hawaii, and New York, all who have statewide mask mandates imposed. Every single one of them cases are through the roof. The highest recorded cases of COVID ever. Record numbers of cases. But they're all mask mandates. States. How does that work? Are we done with the mask mandates now? But I'm just telling you, the masks they're going to help. It's forget the vaccine. No. It's the mask. That's where you get your true strength. That's it. Okay. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line we stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website Steele as Free East. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and subscribing to our channel on Rumble. Rumble.com, the website. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Couple of crashes on 41 in North Fort Myers, one at Pondella Road off to the right-hand shoulder, but another with roadblock closer to the intersection of Littleton Road. A lot of emergency units responding to that crash scene, checking for injuries. We're also dealing with a crash in Lehigh Acres at Jaguar Boulevard and State Road 82. Hearing there's roadblock there as well. Not seeing any major backups because of it in eastern Lehigh. Looking good along I-75. No problem spots up and down the interstate all across Southwest Florida. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start to the day, will actually be warmer for your Wednesday compared to what we had on Tuesday. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures topping off near 76 degrees. We keep it dry with a few passing clouds as we head into tonight and your Thursday morning. Lows waking up to 56 for your Thursday, with the high even a bit warmer of 79 and a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve shirt included with $25 registration fee. Runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by AluFab USA, Lee Health, Lee Sheriff's Office, and Hanley Foundation.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty, it's all about you in 2022.
About me?
Well, not you per se, but car shoppers who want a great deal from Victory Lane Chevrolet.
They can get a deal here.
Okay, can they get 1.9% for 72 months on new and used?
No, they can't.
So you can't deal like Victory Lane?
I guess not.
Can you deal an additional $1,000 off new Chevys with a trade-in?
No.
Sounds like you can't deal with anything, Marty.
You know what I can't deal with? Your voice.
Marty can't deal. Start the new year in a new ride from Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 1.9 APR for 72 months on all new and used vehicles in stock. Plus an additional $1,000 off any new Chevy in stock when you trade in your vehicle. Plus our goal of 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. All offers on in-stock vehicles with approved credit. Offers cannot combine. See dealer for details at 13122.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
You know, yesterday, Jen Psaki had her White House press briefing, and we'll have some audio from that coming up, but also there was the coordinator for the $1.2 trillion infrastructure law that was signed by the president, and they're getting ready to implement it. And they said, listen, it's not a race. We're just careful and we're calculated. We're trying to figure out where to spend the money. A couple of interesting things going on with this. One is what he said yesterday. The individual, Mitch Landrieu is the one, right? Is that who was talking about this? And here's what he said about Joe Biden and Amtrak.
There are 14 agencies plus some that have some level of involvement in many of these plans and programs. It takes 3 or 4 agencies to coordinate. And then there are some independent agencies, and Amtrak is one of those. As you noticed, they have $66 billion to do a really, really big job. And of course, you won't be surprised to know the president has a special interest in trains. And he will talk to you about it for a very, very long time. And he knows more about it than many engineers.
Joe Biden, this guy gets up to the microphone and says, Joe loves to talk about trains, you know, Amtrak Joe, and, and I talked to all the lies that he's always told about him talking to engineers there and the people that are on the trains. And he comes up to the microphone and says he's basically smarter than the engineers. You know, he knows more than most engineers. Are you kidding me? Oh, and by the way, something not so funny. Also, you may not know this, signed into the law. It mandates a vehicle kill switch by 2026. Hey, check your calendars, everybody. It's 2022. In 4 more years, vehicles, thanks to the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill that, by the way, Republicans signed off on as well. Hey, thanks for that. There'll be a kill switch in any new vehicles. A kill switch that the government will have control of. A government kill switch. Now... I'm not saying that the government would possibly look at you and may say, we've been keeping an eye on your driving habits and maybe so politically what you've been doing is some political decisions you've made. And we've decided that you're not safe on the road. But yeah, nothing says stealing your civil liberties like a government kill switch in your brand new vehicle. Good job.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myShowerDoor.com.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
He's offering more than just words. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Secretary of State is in Ukraine as the U.S. offers $200 million in defensive military aid amid fears Russia could invade.
Arriving in Ukraine for a hastily arranged visit,
the entire world is watching what is happening here.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged Russia to defuse tensions through diplomacy and dialogue.
Clearly the preferable path, clearly the most responsible path, and the one that we would prefer.
But he said Russia could attack Ukraine on very short notice, with tens of thousands of Russian troops deployed close to the border.
No provocation. No reason.
Russia denies it's planning an invasion. Blinken is also set to meet with other European allies and his Russian counterpart. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
President Biden could be asked questions about Russia and Ukraine when he holds his first news conference in months at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Some have been critical of the Biden White House for the president not being more available for interviews and formal question and answer sessions. He's held just 9 press conferences since taking office a year ago tomorrow.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the president may also keep pressing for election reform.
Across the United States in 2022, ballot access is not being expanded. It's being repressed.
And to counter Republican-led state voting changes, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to change Senate rules, but a few Democrats refuse, so Republicans could keep blocking the plan. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says,
"This is about one party wanting the power to unilaterally rewrite the rule book
of American elections.
Some international airlines are canceling flights to the U.S. amid 5G wireless controversy, even though AT&T and Verizon have delayed again rolling out the new service around some airports. The worry is 5G could interfere with instrumentation on jets. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading through 41 at Pondella Road in North Fort Myers, we have 2 or 3 crashes causing major backups on and near that intersection. There's one little bit to the west of the intersection at Palm Avenue in Pondella. And then on the 41 highway itself, going to be dealing with some roadblocks. So avoid the area for the time being if you can. Maybe take Hancock Bridge or Tamiami Trail instead of US 41. We also have a crash with possible injuries in roadblock at Luckett Road and Ortiz Avenue in Fort Myers. One in Gateway at Daniels Parkway and Commonwealth Drive. No roadblock to worry about, but some slight westbound delays approaching Gateway Boulevard right before you get to that crash on the westbound side. And a crash on State Road 82 and Jaguar Boulevard. No injuries there, but roadblock reported. On I-75 southbound, you'll see some backups heading south of Alico Road. A crash off to the side at mile marker 124, 123, heading south toward Corkscrew Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday, we'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees in our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning. It will be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. Few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Taxes are never fun to talk about. But now, more than ever, it is super important to have a plan to make sure you mitigate how much taxes you owe. Ty Lassiter here of Key City Capital to explain more. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth, and planning for tax is one of the most important ways that we can do that. The fourth quarter is a crucial time to make decisions to ensure that you have the lowest tax bill possible. Key City Capital has a tremendous track record of saving our clients up to 30% or more a year on their tax bill.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
There's too many. Way too many. Way too many vehicles. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Cape Coral have a problem with too many used cars on the lot. In fact, it's more used and certified pre-owned vehicles than we've ever had. Ever. Our problem is your solution, as Sutherland Nissan is heavily lowering prices on our massive inventory. That means lower payments, too. Shop pre-owned Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Chevys, Fords, trucks, SUVs, vans, even hard-to-find models. We've got them all and then some. As Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer, it's never been easier to buy the car you wanted, your budget. All access inventory, sales discounts, and offers end January 31st. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business, making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Rick Stevens is going to join us in just a second, Florida Citizens Alliance. We're going to get to some of the education issues that are going on here in the state of Florida and some of the bills that are out there, House bills and Senate bills. Just quickly, before we get to Rick, I just wanted to ask this question. By the way, just looking at Rick, just checking if he can hear us. Rick, can you hear us okay? All right, it doesn't look like he's connected yet. Rick, are you connected right now? No, he's not connected yet. Okay. So I guess one of the things that I wanted to ask is when it comes to this 5G story that we're hearing about, it just popped up just a second ago. People are talking about this, how now the 5G rollout and airlines are beginning to cancel flights over the U.S. Because of interference worries. You've got Canadian Airlines and some others that are doing this. Verizon and AT&T is blaming the United States government for these 5G problems. And I guess my big question that I'm asking, and what I don't understand, is how did we get to this place? Like, how is it that we can possibly, after all this time, we've been talking about a 5G rollout for how long now? Right, Jake? How long have we been talking about this? And you're telling me right now that we didn't know this? That there was going to be a problem? Like that? How is it?
I actually remember distinctively there was an article I was reading, I think back in the end of 2019, early 2020, that stated something along the lines of if you have a certain brand of wireless microphones that they wouldn't work anymore because of 5G, it would interfere.
Is that
so if
right?
they knew that, how would they not know that it would interfere with the instruments on an airplane?
It just seems odd. Like the day it's ready to roll out. By the way, I just sent you an email. The day it's ready to roll out. And they're like, no, hold on a second. We got problems with planes. Really? How is that possible? How could you not know? So I got a lot of questions about this case. that we need to look into. And not just that, there's also a First Amendment issue that's going on that I want to touch on maybe later on this morning. The Supreme Court is hearing arguments on a new latest religious freedom case. How is it that outside a city hall in Boston, you can fly every flag known to mankind? Pick a flag, pick a cause. Everybody gets to fly a flag. They've got the LGBTQ plus minus, I don't know how, I don't want to miss anybody. They got the rainbow flag. They got a Juneteenth flag. They got a transgender rights flag. They got all these flags flying over the Boston City Hall. But you can't have what has been described as a private religious organization flag, what is it, a flag? It's a Christian flag from Camp Constitution. It seeks to, quote, enhance the understanding of the country's Judeo-Christian moral heritage. You can't fly a Christian flag, but you can fly all the other ones. Well, the Supreme Court's going to take this case up, so I'll be interested to see how this all turns out. All right, I believe we have him. Rick Stevens right now joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Florida Citizens Alliance. They do some amazing work keeping an eye on education here in the state of Florida and some of the things that are going on in Tallahassee, and session is in full force right now. So, Rick, we should dive right in and start talking about some of these bills that are making their way through Tallahassee. And one of them right out of the gate, anything that's going on right now that has to do with materials that are harmful to minors. Let's talk about that.
Well, we've been talking about that for a long time, as you know, and yes, we had a bill filed that at our urging, and we call it our bill, in the House, filed by Representative Barrero. It's HB 1305. And what we're trying to do is what we've been trying to do for a long time, is to get school boards to proactively take a look at what they've got in their schools and remove the harmful materials. And we think that that's what parents expect. We're surprised that school boards don't do that, but we want to tighten up the language. They hide some things and dodge on some things and make it our problem. You know, they say to us, well, you tell us if there's a bad book, we'll look into it. Well, we believe, and we're working to strengthen the law, that they have a responsibility to make sure that there is nothing harmful to our children. You know, our parents trust the schools or want to trust the schools with their children, and so they expect their materials to be pristine. There shouldn't be any question about it, and we're having real trouble getting traction on that. So we keep working in the legislature to get that done.
Yeah, and I know that nationally we've heard stories about even one woman, and I forget where it was, probably Loudoun County, Virginia, where she was reading out loud some things that were in the library and some of the books. And they wanted to shut her down because it was so offensive. But she kept saying, what's the problem here? I'm reading this book to you. You're finding it offensive, all the things I'm reading to you, but the book is actually in the library. This exists in the school, so why don't you know this? And what are you doing about it? Are we seeing the same thing? I mean, not people going to school boards and reading these materials, but do we have locally, Lee, Collier County, Charlotte, Glades, anywhere in the area? Do we have people who have found materials that have been questionable and presented it to school board members?
Oh, absolutely. It's presented all the time. It has been presented regularly in Lee County. People that have worked with us have been going to school board meetings and regularly pointing that out. And again, it's just nothing seems to happen. They tell us behind the scenes they're working on it, but it seems to take an awful long time. But as far as reading in front of the school board, that did happen in Collier County a couple of years ago. One of our team members went to the Collier County School Board meeting and started reading from some of the materials, and the school board wanted to shut him down. Wow. It was really remarkable, but the attorney said, no, you can't do that, and so he continued to read. I mean, it's offensive stuff. We don't like to read that stuff out loud.
Yeah.
But we really don't like our kids exposed to it.
Right. And, you know, I wonder if it sometimes becomes one of these issues where the school board members get to decide or feel like, you know, we'll decide what is and isn't offensive. Because some of the things you're talking about, we don't find offensive, but they make. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we have had that said to us, both at the legislature and at the school board level. Recently, a school board member said, for all to hear, well, these kids are going to wonder about this stuff. We may as well introduce them to it so they'll know. And at that point, my head just about exploded because I thought, you know, if there are questionable things or things that kids need to know, let the parents decide about that. We don't need the schools intervening and deciding what's best for kids when it comes to these harmful materials and really awful stuff. why don't we trust the parents? Why don't we as a school district just step back and say, we're going to focus on reading, writing, and arithmetic. We're not going to focus on these controversial kind of things. That's not the role of the school.
Yeah.
And we think they should do that.
Right. Rick Stevens joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Florida Citizens Alliance does amazing work, has been doing amazing work for years here in Southwest Florida and quite honestly across the state and the country, doing really hard work. And we always appreciate them joining us. So, all right, Rick, what else we have going on? I know Matty Diaz is going to join us, Senator Diaz, State Senator Diaz, in about an hour from now to talk about some of the bills that he's got out there, some Senate bills and some of the specifics. Give us an overview on some of the things that are going on with Senator Diaz and what he's presenting.
Well, Senator Diaz is presenting a lot of things that we think have real potential for improvement in education. So we like what he's doing. We have worked with him, and we're pretty sure that some of the things he's doing are with the blessing of the Department of Education and Commissioner Corcoran, and we've had many conversations with Commissioner Corcoran. So we tend to think when they take an initiative, they're going in the right direction. One of the big issues that has been a problem for many people in Florida has been this testing of students.
Right.
And one of the big bills that Senator Diaz is advocating will change that testing. It will replace it with a whole different approach to testing, which goes under the general idea of progress monitoring, where they'll test a student at the beginning of the year, during the year, and then at the end of the course to see if they've made progress and to help the teachers know what the student needs to know. The real worrisome part of that we've asked them to address, and we think they will. One of our team had a conversation with one of the staff members in the governor's office yesterday, is a lot of this testing that they're proposing will be computer-based. Well, we all understand the role of computers in our lives these days, but many parents remember the very worrisome problems with Common Core and this computer-based testing. And so we're asking the decision makers in Tallahassee to give parents some assurance that they'll be able to trust that this isn't going to result in a lot of data mining that they found so offensive, a lot of questions that was offensive. In fact, in the Common Core days, they even said to the students, and the students had to agree to this, before you can complete this test, you have to agree not to discuss the content of the test with your parents. Well, we need some assurances, and the parents need some assurances that mischief like that is not going to go on with these computer-based tests.
Well, how do they do that?
That's the real challenge.
How would we do that, Rick? I mean, what is the answer? I mean, it's just vetting? It's just when the state decides who it is that's going to be doing this, that we somehow get the opportunity to vet the company to find out more? I mean, what is it?
Well, I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
We haven't figured that out. I think you raised the question, how are they going to do it?
Right.
But I think they have to assure parents, because if I had a child and they were asking them questions, I would want to have some assurance and some way of knowing that there's not mischief going on, especially because of the track record. Now, if we hadn't had the Common Core experience, people might be a little more prone to trust them. But there are going to be a lot of people across Florida very concerned about this. They like getting rid of the current testing regimen, but they're really suspicious when you start with computer things, because who manipulates the questions, and will they ask inappropriate things like, when did your dad stop kicking the dog?
Right, exactly. Yeah, those kind of things, like what certain individuals do when it comes to a firearm in your home, and whether or not somebody's taking a certain medication or those kind of private HIPAA violating questions and other things.
Well, that's exactly right. And the answer in the past has been, well, when we have a paper test, we can't show you the test because we have to keep the integrity of the test. Well, they could say the same thing now, but maybe with a computer test, they could change the questions frequently enough that wouldn't be a problem, so that parents could see the test in real time, anytime. I don't know what they'll do, but they need to consider the concerns of parents. We think they will. I don't know how they're going to solve it, but they definitely need to get the confidence and the trust of the parents back, because that's so important. And I don't think the school districts realize that parents don't trust them. Yeah. I just really don't think they realize that. And we'd like to help them regain that trust. But it's an uphill battle, as you know.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And let's not miss this through all of the issues. Rick Stevens joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Florida Citizens Alliance. In just a minute, we'll give you the website and ways that you can find out more about Florida Citizens Alliance coming up. But yeah, this is important, Rick. You bring up an interesting point, and that is that Look, when it comes to the things that we talk about with school board members, the issues that we have with them, the issues that we have, if it's politically or whether or not they're deciding what they believe should or should not be taught in our districts. Listen, none of this is personal. It's all about our kids. It's about doing the right thing for our kids and people here in the community having a voice. And when they speak out about the things that they look for an elected official to do, and they don't do it, then it's time for them to go and have people in that will do the will of the people, and again being focused on how we just want to do what's right for the kids based on what the community is asking for them to do. I hope that all makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's exactly right. And I think that, we use a phrase sometimes when we talk about these things that elections have consequences.
Yeah.
And they really do. And I hope people all across Florida will begin to realize that and that they will take an active role. We have some elections coming up. We have huge elections in Lee County with the school board with 4 open seats that people will be running. That's very important for parents. And really everybody in the community needs to pay attention to that because we all have an interest in the schools. We pay taxes for the schools. We benefit or suffer because of the performance of the schools, and people need to pay attention to that. And we don't endorse candidates as the Florida Citizens Alliance, but we will be helping people sort that out, and we will be having forums to help them know where the candidates stand. And I heard a football coach a long time ago say, when someone tells you who they are, and he was saying, when a player tells you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
And we need to believe that when it comes to school board candidates. When we see them say something or when we look at their record, we need to believe that's who they are and that's how they will act. And we need to make our decisions based upon the best interests of our children and the values that we hold. It's very important.
Yeah, and quickly, before we go, Rick, just a comment. I talked to Representative Bob Brommel about House Bill 1055, the video cameras in public school classrooms. I've asked for this. I've demanded this because times have changed and, unfortunately, desperate times call for desperate measures, and I don't see any reason why we can't have cameras and microphones in classrooms. I think that we should, and I think this is an important House bill that we need to follow for no other reason than for what you just brought up, which is when it comes to the assessments or when it comes to education of our kids or anything else that we're looking at. Seeing things in real time, anytime, is important. And you brought it up about the issues of data mining. Well, this is the same thing for me.
Sure, absolutely. And Representative Rommel's bill is a very creative approach to this because there are a lot of people that have questions, and it allows the school boards to decide, but it also requires them to decide.
Right.
So we will have on the record what the school board thinks about this. And for all of the reasons you mentioned and more, we need to take this very seriously.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, how can people find out more about Florida Citizens Alliance?
Well, we have a website, goflca.org, goflca.org. A lot of information there. And if they want to come and see us and meet some of us, we have some events coming up. They can look under the events tab there. One is coming up this week. Nick Adams will be in Naples at our event, and we'd like to invite people to come to that. He was widely known as President Trump's favorite author, and the first sitting president to endorse a book was a book written by Nick Adams. So we'd like to invite people to check that out and join us on Thursday evening.
Yeah, there's a lot of great events. I'll just tease this right now and say there's a lot of great events coming up very soon, not just this one this week, but others as well that we certainly will be talking about as well. All right, Rick, all the best. Thanks so much. I appreciate you, and we'll have you back on soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, there's Therese O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
I-75 southbound, slow moving right now through Estero coming down from Alico Road because of a crash off to the right-hand shoulder. Not blocking any traffic. We just have a lot of onlooker delays nearby. Also dealing with a crash in Fort Myers at Leckett Road and Ortiz Avenue with roadblock and injuries reported. Crash in North Fort Myers at Pondella Road and Palm Avenue just to the west of 41 with roadblock in the right-hand lane. Another minor crash getting cleared on Pondella at 41 and just farther north along the highway there, US 41 North Cleveland Avenue. You're going to deal with a crash right near Littleton Road, causing a little bit of trouble and some slight slowdowns. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start to the day, we'll actually be warmer for your Wednesday compared to what we had on Tuesday. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures topping off near 76 degrees. We keep it dry with a few passing clouds as we head into tonight and your Thursday morning. Lows waking up to 56 for your Thursday, with a high even a bit warmer of 79 and a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Inspiration. Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they're accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey!
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty, it's all about you in 2022.
About me?
Well, not you per se, but car shoppers who want a great deal from Victory Lane Chevrolet.
They can get a deal here.
Okay, can they get 1.9% for 72 months on new and used?
No, they can't.
So you can't deal like Victory Lane?
I guess not.
Can you deal an additional $1,000 off new Chevys with a trade-in?
No.
Sounds like you can't deal with anything, Marty.
You know what I can't deal with? Your voice.
Marty can't deal. Start the new year in a new ride from Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 1.9 APR for 72 months on all new and used vehicles in stock. Plus an additional $1,000 off any new Chevy in stock when you trade in your vehicle. Plus our goal of 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. All offers on in-stock vehicles with approved credit. Offers cannot combine. See dealer for details at 131.22.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
I-75 southbound, slow moving right now through Estero coming down from Alico Road because of a crash off to the right-hand shoulder. Not blocking any traffic. We just have a lot of onlooker delays nearby. Also dealing with a crash in Fort Myers at Leckett Road and Ortiz Avenue with roadblock and injuries reported. Crash in North Fort Myers at Pondella Road and Palm Avenue just to the west of 41 with roadblock in the right-hand lane. Another minor crash getting cleared on Pondella at 41 and just farther north along the highway there, US 41 North Cleveland Avenue. You're going to deal with a crash right near Littleton Road, causing a little bit of trouble and some slight slowdowns. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday, we'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees and our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning. And we'll be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. A few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Located in the River Shores district of Fort Myers, Hampton Lakes is the perfect place at the perfect price. With a lagoon-style pool, tennis courts, huge clubhouse, fitness center, and all the resort-style amenities of River Hall Country Club right in your backyard, Hampton Lakes is the perfect place. Brand new 2, 3, 4, and 5-bedroom homes by Lennar and Pulte with lake and preserve views start from the 200s. Hampton Lakes is the perfect price. Just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers and the sparkling Gulf. Visit today for a personal tour. Learn more at HamptonLakesLiving.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi, Dan Martineau. When it rains in Florida, it really pours. Home without gutters can cause soil, landscape erosion, and potential foundation damage. D.R. Martineau will install new 6 or 7-inch seamless gutters and downspouts. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
It's a new year, and for businesses, that means a new start. Whatever the year ahead holds, now Comcast Business is making it easy to get going with the Ready, Set, Save sale. Get started with fast and reliable internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both. And save with a 2-year price guarantee. Switching is easy with flexible installation times. And you'll also get backing from an expert team 24/7, so you can focus on planning the year ahead. Plus, for even more value, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Get a great deal for your business with the Ready, Set, Save sale today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. 1 month free and free installation offer ends 2/2022. Call or go online for details.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, coming up in, about 10 more minutes or so, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see you from a PhD. And we've got a gift certificate for 2, $35 value to Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar, at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. So if you would like that gift certificate, we would love to get that to you just by playing Drew's College. It's that kind of fun. Speaking of that kind of fun, listen, there are a lot of people that have their opinions about what has been going on with the vid and whether or not we're in endemic stages or pandemic stages, whether or not we're coming to the end of this. The issue of mask mandates and how they just don't work, and how we have more and more evidence that states that have mandated masks have skyrocketing cases of COVID right now. And how could that possibly be? If the masks work, then why don't they work? Famously, Dan Bongino has said that in the past. So a lot of questions about what's going on with the vid lately. Look, the good news is that we don't have anything crazy, a little weird, a little nutty. I don't know. Could you imagine if people were thinking that they really need to, vaccinate their dogs or something like that? It's a
breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Oh, yeah, they are.
The possibility of Samantha Shapiro's rescue dog getting severely sick from COVID is her worst nightmare.
Because she is much older, absolutely. I think she is a lot more susceptible to it.
To ease the fear, she wants her staffy vaccinated.
I would feel like so helpless and so defenseless knowing that possibly there was something that possibly could have saved her.
Would you vaccinate your pet?
Absolutely, why not?
I absolutely would. Well,
They want to vaccinate their dogs. Well, I guess on the heels of China saying that there's hamsters now that have COVID and they want to kill the hamsters and get rid of the hamsters, and you can trust everything that that China has to say about anything that has to do with the Wuhan the vid there and that kind of stuff. You can trust everything that China says. There's no doubt that we should be making our way with athletes and more to Beijing to enjoy the pomp and circumstance and whatever it is that has to do with the Olympics. Many people look forward to I remember back when I was just a little baby, just a little child, going back in time when I was a little guy. And listen, the Olympics were a big deal. People love the Olympics. They will watch the Olympic, the competition and everything else. But certainly when you think about the Olympics now and you think about what China is doing, the Chinese Communist Party, the party politically, what they are doing, what they're trying to do, what they're planning on doing, and somehow we feel like nothing to see here. Look, it's the spirit of competition, everybody. It's the fact that if we get together in the Olympics and we compete against other countries, that somehow we're going to get together and there's going to be world peace. I mean, is that how, what we're thinking, or are we looking at this kind of the wrong way? Sorry, I'm not saying anything bad necessarily about the Olympics in general. People love Olympic sport. I get it. It's great. But as far as what's going on right now, questions. Lots of people have them. And, now we're thinking about vaxing up the pooch. All right. So, look, there are a lot of things that are going on right now with questions about the vid. Somebody needs to talk to Tedros there, the head at the WHO, because the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, the Director General, made a statement yesterday that was pretty interesting. Listen to this.
This pandemic is nowhere near over, and with the incredible growth of Omicron globally, new variants are likely.
New variants are likely. So what he's saying is this pandemic is nowhere near over, nowhere near being at the level where we can start talking about endemic. Well, maybe somebody needs to tell Scotland. Scotland has decided as of yesterday, the Omicron restrictions, we're finished. We're done. We're ending it. Somebody needs to tell the UK, because Boris Johnson's like, yep, we're treating it like a flu, everybody. That's it. We're done. Somebody needs to tell Sweden. Sweden has scrapped requirements for negative COVID tests to enter the country. So if you're traveling to Sweden, you're not going to need to show a negative COVID test before entering the country. They're kind of done. They're moving on. And there are a lot of other people, even here locally, that are thinking the same thing. Like, it's time. We really want to get back to, we want to get back. And how is that going to happen? It's going to happen when the people decide that they've had enough of tyranny. They've had enough of it. They know what it is. We got to do this again. Do we have to do this again? You know your health risks. You know what Omicron is and isn't at this point. You can see it doesn't matter. Cases do not mean anything. You can test till oblivion. It doesn't matter. The tests don't make a difference when we know what hospitalizations and deaths are, and they're not that big a deal right now. We know that this variant is not that kind of big deal as it was in the past. We can't keep talking about the vid like it's 2020. It's not. And so, you've been in consultation with your doctor. You want to mask up? Listen, that's your choice. You want to double, triple, quadruple booster the pets or whatever you got to do. Listen, it's about your choice to do that. But it's the other side of the mandating of all of this. People have a problem, and it's time to move on. And many countries are. Many countries are. I don't see them turning back at this point. But you never know. All right, 239-479-5592. Some of the other headlines that are out there right now. I thought this was kind of a big story. Oh, by the way, coming up at 8:05, scheduled to be on with us is Senator Manny Diaz. We're going to get into some of the Senate bills that he's presenting, and he's making major headlines on these things. And the AP reporting on it. And trust me when I tell you, the headlines he's making are not a positive. Not because they're not good bills, and not because he's not doing the right thing, but because, the left, the fake news legacy media hates it and hates anything that's discussing CRT or anything that has to do with diversity, equity, inclusion, social justice, and what all of that means. And if you go against any of that in any way, shape, or form, then we're going to attack you. So he's under attack. So we're going to talk about that coming up. But there was some interesting news yesterday about January 6th. And it appears now a couple of things that are going on. One of them is about the fact that Ray Epps, who we talked about on this program, many people have asked the question about Ray Epps, if you remember, the one single solitary person that you could look at that's out there when it comes to January 6th, and that the committee should be looking at. And the one individual where we all have questions, Ray Epps is the guy who was on video evidence outside the Capitol. The one bit of evidence that we have talking about going into the Capitol, even the night before talking about going into the Capitol. People raising questions about his connections. Is he connected to the FBI? What about that? Does he have any connections? It was Ted Cruz who famously what was it? Was it last week? A couple of people asking the question, and I think it was last week when Ted Cruz was asking about any connections that he had with the FBI, this Ray Epps, and asking someone, director there at the FBI, about were there any FBI agents that were involved in this?
I want to turn to the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Yeah, remember that? Sources and methods, can't answer it. Not allowed to answer questions.
Sir, I can't answer that.
Yeah, can't answer.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
And says,
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.
Yeah, they're aware. Don't have the specific background. And then after the questioning and the grilling to the FBI official about the FBI had any agents or informants about January 6th, and we're told that, no, we already know about Ray Epps. We already interviewed him. We already know all about him. He's not an FBI agent or informant. He told us. As a matter of fact, Adam Kinzinger is like, listen, he's on video. We've got him. No problem. He said he's not part of the FBI. So there's nothing to see here. Let's move along. This is the guy that was actually inciting riots, right?
Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol.
Right, this is the guy. And people are like, where is this guy? Well, I guess apparently he's going to show up on Capitol Hill to do an interview with the committee, which is kind of interesting. So he's going to be talking to the committee again to give a more formal transcribed interview, according to his attorney. So wait a minute. He didn't do an interview? So did they lie? They were defending him, saying that he did an interview already. They already knew. They've got the transcript. They've got it all. They've seen it. It's fine. He's not. January 6th committee dealt a blow today to conspiracy theories revolving around Ray Epps, an Arizona man that pro-Trump forces had labeled an FBI agent provocateur. And this was back on January 11th, right? Because we find out that he's already talked to them. Now we find out that he's going to sit with a transcribed interview. I thought there already was a transcribed. No, apparently there wasn't. That's kind of weird. Still, so many questions like what's going on here? Why is even Adam Kinzinger, Republican, there on the committee? Why is he even protecting Ray Epps? So what's going to come out of this? How are we going to find out and be sure that the transcribe is exactly as described? Well, I'm sure we will be, right? But a lot of questions about how that has come up. And even H.R. McMaster, General H.R. McMaster, on with Joe Rogan just the other day. And this was kind of a weird take. And I don't know how many of you heard this about January 6th, because Joe Rogan had some questions regarding what we just talked about in the FBI. Well, why not just say, no, Ray Epps, no involvement, nobody, FBI, not involved at all, didn't happen. But listen to this weird exchange, this kind of odd flip-flopping or answer of McMaster's. And I kind of want to break this down just a little bit. Listen to this.
Did you see Ted Cruz question that woman? I don't remember her name. She's from the FBI, and he asked her about agent provocateurs at January 6th and whether or not they engaged in any activity there. And she said she could not answer that, and whether or not they engaged in encouraging violence, and she could not answer that. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I would be surprised if there weren't, right? Now the thing is,
why do they do that? Why would the FBI engage in that?
It would not answer. Oh, the FBI wouldn't.
That's what they were talking about. Agent provocateurs.
So far I'm a little uncomfortable. Why is it so hard to answer this? Why are they getting involved? What are they doing? So H.R. McMaster says,
not from us, I wouldn't say. Now I would say there might be FBI agents who infiltrate organizations that have a violent agenda, right? We want them to do that.
Okay, so he talks about the fact that if there's a violent agenda, then you want the FBI to infiltrate. But there's another part of that that's an important part that you can't miss. You want the FBI to infiltrate what are people that may be up to no good, to stop them from doing no good. In other words, you don't be part of it. You don't dive in and if somebody says, we're going to crash the gates and go in, and you're like, okay, and you're in and you've infiltrated, you don't go through the process of doing it just as much as if you were infiltrating the mob and somebody says, hey, Joey over there is going to go off somebody. And you watch it and witness it all happen, and you're a part of it, and you may even help to make that happen. No. You don't do that. You stop that from happening. You infiltrate to stop, right? So there's that part of the question.
But I thought you were talking about the Russians. I think what the Russians try to do is...
But if the Russians? This is just a weird conversation. The Russians, H.R. McMaster asking about that.
FBI agents if the FBI agents were involved in January 6th.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe, it doesn't sound right to me. I don't know.
What doesn't sound right? Agent provocateurs?
Yeah, agent provocateurs from the government. I can't imagine they would do that.
Well, why wouldn't she just say no?
I don't know.
That is a basic question that people have. Why can't you say no? Unless, of course, you did. And in which case, to what degree? And questions about Ray Epps. And, we're going to do Drew's College right now. 239-479-5592. And you can call. But the big question is, again, you have bureaucracies, bureaucrats, politicians, and institutions that are asking for your trust. and have for a very long time. But they don't give it. And that's got to turn. That's got to stop. Or they have to go away. Or they have to go away. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast. We always appreciate it. And our channel on Rumble, rumble.com. Go there and subscribe. Thank you so much. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9, you'll play, and you will win just for playing a gift certificate to Alda's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar. Great place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and to even talk politics if you like, even about what we were just talking about. Go ahead. Let's find out what's going on with traffic right now. Up to the minute, here's Therese O'Shea.
Morning commute getting busy right now along 41 in North Fort Myers. We have a crash on Pondella Road just west of the highway, heading through the westbound side, blocking a left-hand shoulder and right-hand shoulder, looks like right now. So expect some slowdowns as you're heading through there. Clear along 75 through most of Fort Myers, but south of RSW, going to be dealing with some southbound backups heading through the Alico Road exit. May want to take 3 Oaks Parkway, 41, or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Collier County Road's pretty quiet right now. The only crash I'm keeping an eye on is along Golden Gate Boulevard West at the intersection of Collier Boulevard. And another one, it looks like getting cleared up over at Radio Road and Leewood Lane. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start to the day, will actually be warmer for your Wednesday compared to what we had on Tuesday. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures topping off near 76 degrees. We keep it dry with a few passing clouds as we head into tonight and your Thursday morning. Lows waking up to 56 for your Thursday, with the high even a bit warmer of 79 and a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you really want to go through another year with that awful joint pain? Listen, don't do it. Resolve right now to get yourself moving again for 2022. Hey, it's Drew Steele. It's time to call QC Kinetics. Non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain. We're talking lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds, no steroids, and no downtime. This is really exciting stuff. Regenerative, restorative treatments that actually encourage your body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients rave about it for hip pain relief, knee pain relief, shoulder and back pain relief. Look, don't let them keep giving you steroids. And don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now. And imagine life in 22 without pain. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Big Lou in Bonita. Hello, Big Lou.
Hey, good morning to you, Drew.
All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD and your associate's degree. Questions start right now. Hey, Big Lou, what do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights?
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. We elect a U.S. representative. A U.S. representative for how many years?
I believe that's 2.
2 is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1991, there was a contentious Senate confirmation hearing of Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas, who would end up being what?
He would be wind up being nominated to the Supreme Court.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Ooh, I like this question. All right.
Al Gore. No Al Gore questions.
No Al Gore questions. Okay. When Al Gore was vice president. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. In 1890, this president welcomed the first female staffer into the White House. Was that President Harrison, President Taft, or President Taylor?
I'm going to go with Taylor.
It was President Harrison. Harrison was the first president to welcome a female staffer into the White House. Well, listen.
Even when I play when I'm listening, I only get 3 out of 4. So
oh no, we got to work on that. We'll just keep doing it. Don't stop. Keep playing the home game. The home game is how you step it up. That's known in a lot of different ways.
Well, let's keep I'll step it up if he keeps the inflation down.
All right, let's go, Brandon. Is that what you're suggesting?
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon. Right?
All right, you got a master's degree and you got a gift certificate to Alda's Diner in Naples. It's fantastic. 951 in Vanderbilt Beach Road. So stay there, okay, Big Lou?
Okay.
Okay. He says okay. Okay. Senator Manny Diaz is next.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
It's New Year's Eve at the White House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Tomorrow will begin year 2 of the Biden presidency, and this afternoon he'll hold a news conference at 4 p.m. Eastern.
This will mark the first time since March of last year that the president has gone face-to-face with the media with all topics on the table. It is expected the pandemic, Russian troops on the Ukrainian border, and 2 major Senate battles on voting rights and his stalled Build Back Better plan will draw a lot of interest from reporters.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's in Ukraine for talks with its president, saying he prefers dialogue to stop a possible Russian invasion.
But there is also the path, if Russia chooses to renew aggression,
of confrontation and consequences.
The U.S. is sending $200 million in defensive aid to Ukraine. The Democrat-led House committee investigating the Capitol riot wants to hear from Rudy Giuliani, sending subpoenas to him and two other lawyers who helped former President Trump challenge election results. A Trump political advisor also got a subpoena. And there's a push in New York to get Donald Trump Jr. and Ivanka to testify in another probe. Fox's Evan Brown has an update live.
Yeah, Dave, New York State Attorney General Letitia James now claims the Trump organization lied about the values of property owned and other assets in order to receive favorable loan rates, insurance coverage, and tax breaks. The AG hasn't brought any legal action against the company or the former president, but is subpoenaing documents. The Trump organization says the move is unconstitutional, claiming New York is trying to compel them to turn over documents to be used in potential future prosecutions. The prosecutor in Manhattan is conducting a simultaneous criminal probe of the organization. Dave?
Evan, COVIDtests.org got up and running last night, the website for Americans to go and order 4 free at-home COVID test kits. And next week, we can go to pharmacies or community health centers to get free N95 masks from the government stockpile. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling
Why
out
does
political
Walgreens offer
theft
copay?
by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Morning commute getting busy right now along 41 in North Fort Myers. We have a crash on Pondella Road just west of the highway, heading through the westbound side, blocking a left-hand shoulder and right-hand shoulder, looks like right now. So expect some slowdowns as you're heading through there. Clear along 75 through most of Fort Myers, but south of RSW, going to be dealing with some southbound backups heading through the Alico Road exit. May want to take 3 Oaks Parkway, 41, or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Collier County Road's pretty quiet right now. The only crash I'm keeping an eye on is along Golden Gate Boulevard West at the intersection of Collier Boulevard. And another one, it looks like getting cleared up over at Radio Road and Leewood Lane. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday, we'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees and our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning, and we'll be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. A few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night, if your plumbing's just not right. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here.
For all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're joining us. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and for subscribing to our channel on Rumble, rumble.com. State Senator Manny Diaz Jr. does some amazing work when it comes to caring about the education of our kids here in the state of Florida and working hard at it with a couple of Senate bills that I wanted to discuss this morning. And he's going to join us right now. It's on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Drew. Great to be on your program this morning.
Well, it's great to have you back. So much to talk about. Hey, before we get into some of the Senate bills that I wanted to mention that you have out there, and by the way, you're getting some press from the AP, so you can only imagine if the AP has a couple of things to say about it. We might have to clear up a few things, Senator. There is probably a couple of things we might have to say about this. But talk a little bit about that. When it comes to education in the state and some of the things that we hope to see accomplished, obviously we know where the governor stands. We know where you stand. But how has it been in the Senate in general, and maybe just there in Tallahassee with some of the changes? Have people been open to the discussion? Have they been open to the things that you're trying to accomplish and what the governor's trying to do, the kind of pushback that you might get from the other side of the aisle? What's it been like?
Yeah, we're getting pushback from the other side of the aisle, but I do think we have a strong majority in the Senate of conservative leaders that are willing to take on these challenges. And obviously, the governor set out this marker. And when it comes to CRT, the Board of Education has done it by rule. This would codify it, and making sure that we teach accurate history, that we give parents the opportunity to have a say on their children's education, and obviously to teach accurate history and not indoctrinate our students. So I think we have great support from our majority. I believe the House is in the same shape, and so we've passed the first committee meeting on that, and also on the bill that eliminates the FSA. So we're humming along here in session, Drew.
Yeah, you're doing things right when you're hitting a nerve. And the AP has a lot of nerve, oftentimes, and, some of the things that they say. So let's talk about Senate Bill 148 and how they've described it. And let me read just a paragraph here from the Associated Press, because I've read the bill, and I can tell you what they're saying it says. It doesn't say at all. So here we go. A Florida bill that would prohibit public schools and private businesses from making white people feel, quote unquote, discomfort when they teach students or train employees about discrimination in the nation's past received its first approval on Tuesday. What? Have you seen this from the AP? And do you want to mention something about that with Senate Bill 148?
Well, I haven't seen it, but from what you're saying, I think the first thing that happens is that people need to read the actual bill.
Yeah, they don't. That's asking a lot, Senator. That's asking way too much.
What this bill actually does is it lays out what has to be taught, and that is including the period of slavery in this country, the Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, the Jim Crow era, the Holocaust, all of those things that are part of our history that needs to be accurately taught. And it specifically says it needs to be taught. What it prevents is teachers from imposing a perspective or a guilt on a student where by their background, by their sheer background, whether they're white or Hispanic or whatever they are, that they have to be racist because what has occurred in this country historically prior to now. And the other thing is that it says that, teaching that we are inherently a racist country. Now, this country has its blemishes and its faults. We're not perfect, but if you look across the world, in the history of the world, it's the greatest country on the world. And the other part is, if you look at the progression throughout our history, there's been terrible, horrific periods in our time, and we've overcome those little by little. Are we perfect? No, but we continue to have to strive to improve. And we can't do that if you're pointing the finger at the kids in our classrooms just based on their background. We need to get to judging people by their character and their deeds, regardless of the color, religion, creed, where they came from. That's what America is all about. That's what Florida is all about. And I think we need to continue to work together and not divide people. And, some of these lessons and the way they're being taught, I just saw something, I think, in the Tampa Bay Times about a teacher defending his teaching of Marxism and that theory in a classroom. I mean, some of these things are just un-American. Where do we get to a point where our public schools are teaching our students to hate our country? That is a problem.
Yeah. And by the way, just for those that don't know and maybe haven't read the Senate Bill 148, and clearly the AP hasn't. There's no mention of white people in there, and it talks about race, but it doesn't talk about white people, and it doesn't say illegal to feel discomfort. It's really weird the way they put it. But it's expected because, again, you're hitting a nerve. You're hitting a nerve with people who somehow in one sentence can say CRT doesn't exist, but when you kind of question it or go after it, it's like, you can't go after it. Which one is it? Is it out there? Are we doing it or are we not doing it? And Senator Manny Diaz Jr. joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, state senator. We talk about some of the Senate bills being introduced. One, Senate Bill 1048, really, really important. Got to dig into this in just a second. But it does call attention to, and I might ask about this because it is something that's being presented on the House side, and maybe you can comment on this quickly. We really do need to see and know and be aware of what's going on in the classrooms. One House member is presenting a video cameras in public school classrooms, just something to be on the record with school districts saying, listen, you need to vote to see if whether or not this is something that the district wants to do, that the people in the district want to do. And desperate times sometimes call for measures that maybe some people might question. But truly, how do we know what's going on in these classrooms? You mentioned the teacher in Tampa Bay that's doing that. We don't have time to have kids in classrooms taking phones out and secretly recording a teacher doing something outrageous or dangerous. We need to stop that because they need to be taught and educated and not be distracted. And at the same time, we need to know what's going on in the classroom. Do we not?
We need to. And public education in our country, the history behind it is the reason that we have public education is because our founders knew that in order to maintain a republic, you needed an educated populace. And that means being trained in reading, in math, in accurate history, in traditional liberal arts education where students are well-rounded. And that includes the teaching of some of these things that have occurred. It's factual that there was slavery in our country and it was a horrific period. It occurred. It's factual that we also had a civil war that no one in the history of the world had, where hundreds of thousands of Americans died to end slavery. There was slavery all over the world on every continent, but there was no civil war, but in the United States to end it.
Right.
So that's the kind of thing that we have to make sure. And what we need to understand is that our parents have to have a say in education, and our students need to critically think. That discussion should happen in the classroom where you spend the whole year in a course and you don't know the teacher's political background or philosophy. They should be a facilitator and force our students to have these hard discussions on these difficult topics that are dark periods in our time, but having that open debate with the facts and let them understand what occurred and why we can't repeat it. But to blame those students in that classroom simply for their ethnic background or their racial background is just absurd.
Right.
Not to mention, this is based in Marxist theory, and we cannot have that in the classrooms in the United States or in our state of Florida.
Yeah, no doubt. State Senator Manny Diaz Jr. joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Senate Bill 1048. This is an important bill. And I want to ask some questions about it because many people have had questions about assessments. They've been worried about FSA and teaching to the tests and what it's been like, the environment. And so talk a little bit about Senate Bill 1048, if you will.
Senate Bill 1048 goes along with another one of the governor's proposals, which we are ending FSA testing in the state of Florida. That's obviously a thing that's been a hot button item for parents. It puts in place a progress monitoring system 3 times a year where we leverage the technology in the classroom, the computer-based testing, for teachers to be able to have real-time feedback on the progress of students so they can adjust their teaching instead of waiting to the end of the year to get back the results of the test and the feedback where all of a sudden now the students no longer are even in that classroom. They're with another teacher and it's too late. This would help teachers receive that feedback. Parents would receive reports that are, real time within a week of these benchmark assessments. And we know where our students are at the beginning of the year, in the mid-year, and at the end. And then what happens from there is teachers are able to adjust their teaching. We're able to get that feedback, and we can start to cut down on the amount of testing and the testing time because of the leveraging the technology. And hopefully down the road, this testing can become adaptive. And what that means is students go mastering these competencies along the way. And once they've mastered it, it cuts down on the amount of questions that they will have in the next two tests throughout the year. So this is going to put the state on a uniform system where regardless of where the student, if they move from one county to another, with the progress monitoring system is the same. We have the data. We can compare data statewide. It is really modernizing our assessment system while also taking advantage of that technology to be able to reduce testing time in our classrooms. It's not going to happen overnight. Right. That's a transition, but this is the goal, and we got to start somewhere.
No, I agree. And as a homeschool family, I can tell you that to a degree, that's what we do in our home. And it's something that is important, keeping an eye on what is happening with my child's education and being able to adapt and change. And, oftentimes people struggle with that idea that, you can see something specifically that, like, for example, what my son is doing. And maybe if he's lacking in one area, then you can kind of pivot and focus on that. And make changes in real time, as you say, and to be able to do this on a state level, I think is brilliant. I think it's a great thing. The one thing I would ask, though, is who will be the companies? Like, who will be? Is there a way we can be assured that as teachers are going to these computers, that the questions that are being asked are not going to be questions that might be something that would be a little more than just the education? If you want to go data mining, the concerning of data mining, the concerning about questions that people might ask that might be personal, private questions of the kids. How are we going to be assured that those kind of things are not going to happen when we're getting computer based?
That's part of the process that the Department of Education has to put out a bid for this, not only because we need a new test, and they've been working on the test bank of questions already because we've already changed our standards. Now we have to match our assessments to the new standards. And what happens with that is they have to put an ITN or a bid together, or request for bid to have it bid by different companies that have the capability to do this, and they will continue to provide the requirements for the data security, the compatibility, all those things that you mentioned. That would be done by the department. Legislatively, what we do is provide the statute, change the statutes that allow them to actually implement these things, and we already have rolled out the new best standards, which eliminate completely anything to do with Common Core. And now this is the second piece, which is where we change the assessment, modernize the assessment, take advantage and leverage technology, and at the same time, make sure that we're protecting that data. And that has already been in process at the Department of Education. So this is kind of a 3-step process, and we'll have a transition year in 22-23 before any of these assessments start to count. This will be the last year of the FSA assessment and the accountability under the old system.
Gotcha. All right, good stuff. State Senator Manny Diaz Jr. joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. You know, I always appreciate having you on. Always appreciate the work that you're doing there for education in the state. And we'll keep an eye on everything, and hopefully we'll have you back before the end of session. That would be great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to coming back on and discussing these topics as we and others as we move forward in session.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks so much. All the best.
You have a great day.
Okay, you too. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele as 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble, rumble.com. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Rock Solid wants you in 22 to be our customer. Happy New Year at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples and Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Every day in business brings something new. So get the flexibility of our new mobile service designed for your small business. Introducing Comcast Business Mobile. You get the most reliable network with nationwide 5G included. And you can get unlimited data for just $30 per line per month when you get 4 lines. Or mix and match data options.
Simplicity and savings, all from one provider. Get fast and reliable Comcast Business Internet and mobile for your small business today with no line activation fees or term contract required. Plus, see how you can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill when you switch. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Requires Comcast Business Internet. Taxes, fees, and other charges extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing to top carriers. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Actual savings vary. Call for details.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve shirt included with $25 registration fee. Runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by Alufab USA, Lee Health, US Sugar, and Park Royal Mental Behavioral Health.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Oh, this is awesome. CNN plans to create a quote-unquote team dedicated to covering misinformation, everybody. That's funny. You're the purveyor of misinformation, and you're going to put together a team dedicated to covering misinformation. So are you going to cover the misinformation that you're putting out there? Or I don't know, maybe it's like a bowl of doggy doo. It could be. That's good stuff. Yeah, all right. Oh, I hear the music. All right, I was going to go into something real quick, but we got to go to break. When we come back, which we've got, I was going to say Drew's College. I was ready to do another one. No, we can't do that. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35. I'm sorry, I'm just a little thrown off that CNN would have a team dedicated to covering misinformation. I can't even say it with a straight face, but they're serious. They really are.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty, it's all about you in 2022.
About me?
Well, not you per se, but car shoppers who want a great deal from Victory Lane Chevrolet.
They can get a deal here.
Okay, can they get 1.9% for 72 months on new and used?
No, they can't.
So you can't deal like Victory Lane?
I guess not.
Can you deal an additional $1,000 off new Chevys with a trade-in?
No.
Sounds like you can't deal with anything, Marty.
You know what I can't deal with? Your voice.
Marty can't deal. Start the new year in a new ride from Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 1.9 APR for 72 months on all new and used vehicles in stock. Plus an additional $1,000 off any new Chevy in stock when you trade in your vehicle. Plus our goal of 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, VictoryLaneChevrolet.com. All offers on in-stock vehicles with approved credit. Offers cannot combine. See dealer for details at 13122.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Biden ends his first year in office taking questions from reporters at the White House. Fox's Gernal Scott.
Some have been critical of the Biden White House for the president not being more available for interviews and formal question and answer sessions. He's held just 9 press conferences since taking office a year ago tomorrow.
Today's news conference is scheduled to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. New York's Attorney General is asking a court to compel former President Trump, his son Donald Jr., and daughter Ivanka to appear for sworn testimony.
It's part of her office's investigation into the financial dealings of the Trump Organization. Attorney General Letitia James says her office has significant evidence that suggests the former president and the Trump Organization fraudulently valued multiple assets and misrepresented those values to financial institutions for economic benefit.
Fox's Chris DeMeo. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Morning commute getting busy right now along 41 in North Fort Myers. We have a crash on Pondella Road just west of the highway, heading through the westbound side, blocking a left-hand shoulder and right-hand shoulder looks like right now. So expect some slowdowns as you're heading through there. Clear along 75 through most of Fort Myers, but south of RSW, you're going to be dealing with some southbound backups heading through the Alico Road exit. May want to take 3 Oaks Parkway, 41, or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Collier County Road's pretty quiet right now. The only crash I'm keeping an eye on is along Golden Gate Boulevard West at the intersection of Collier Boulevard. And another one, it looks like getting cleared up over at Radio Road and Leewood Lane. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a chilly start to the day for your Wednesday, we'll actually be a little bit warmer today. Highs back to near average as we top off near 76 degrees in our mostly sunny sky. We keep it nice and quiet for your Wednesday evening. Some passing clouds as we head into your Thursday morning. It will be a little bit milder with lows back into low and middle 50s. We're back to 79 for your Thursday afternoon. Few more clouds passing by with a partly cloudy sky for your Thursday before we start to add some afternoon isolated rain back to the mix for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. I'm inviting you to visit our just opened new location in Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue. We've relocated from Daniels and I-75. It's the ultimate sports bar with TV stacked to a high ceiling, huge indoor seating area, and large outdoor porch. And still the best food in town. Enjoy the area's best ribs, burgers, chicken wings, and Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Stevie Tomatoes isn't just a sports bar. We're striving to be the sports bar in Naples, Cape Coral, and now on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers. Stevie Tomatoes. Come for the food, stay for the sports, and fun. Just come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports. Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Dr. Alan Rambos takes the pain out of going to the dentist.
His advanced technology and no-ouch anesthetic system is used for all treatments. Dr. Rembos places and restores implants right in the office. You'll love the comfort of computerized anesthetic, the ultimate in patient comfort. A Northwestern University graduate, Dr. Rembos was voted 2018 top dentist by Gulf Shore Life. Go to smilesbyrembos.com for the location nearest to you, with locations in Naples, Sanibel, and Marco Island.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, here we go. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It is the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
The Biden administration has mismanaged COVID. It has mismanaged inflation. It has mismanaged the border. And it has mismanaged foreign policy all in 1 year. If the aliens landed tomorrow and said, "Take me to your leader," it would be embarrassing.
That is the great Senator Joe Kennedy from the state of Louisiana, Senator Kennedy, who saying upon all the things that Joe Biden is and has done. If an alien fell to the planet, take me to your leader. It's like, hey, is there anybody else you want to talk to? Or
Number 4.
The possibility of Samantha Shapiro's rescue dog getting severely sick from COVID is her worst nightmare.
Because she is much older, absolutely. I think she is a lot more susceptible to it.
To ease the fear, she wants her staffy vaccinated.
I would feel like so helpless and so defenseless knowing that possibly there was something that possibly could have saved her.
Would you vaccinate your pet?
Absolutely, why not?
I absolutely would. Well,
okay. Is this a thing? I'm not saying that we're getting a little odd now, but in Australia, they're talking about vaccinating dogs because possibly, there's a possibility that maybe the dog may maybe get COVID, and if I didn't do something to possibly say, oh, come on!
Number 3.
States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Is anybody concerned about this at all, or times have changed? Or maybe this isn't anything to be concerned about. It's a campaign spot from a Louisiana Senate candidate, Gary Chambers. He's making news because it features him sitting in a big old chair in the middle of a field, just smoking a big fat blunt there, as the kids like to say, a joint, marijuana. What? What? That's what you call it, right? It's a what else? What do the kids call it now? Just in case we need to know. Am I missing something?
No, you're right on the head.
Okay, it's a big blunt. It's a cigar filled with marijuana inside of it. Okay, you want to get descriptive? Anyway, the guy's running for Senate, and he wants to make legal marijuana in the state, and so he's sitting there and he's smoking a joint, and it's okay. Okay.
Number 2.
This pandemic is nowhere near over, and with the incredible growth of Omicron globally, new variants are likely to emerge.
Okay, that's the WHO's Tedros. He's the Director General of the World Health Organization, and he wants to let the world know that by no means is this pandemic over. No, this pandemic is nowhere near over. They might want to have a conversation with Scotland, because Scotland, their restrictions ended yesterday. They're like, yeah, we're done. And they might want to talk to Sweden. They're scrapping even requirements for negative COVID tests to enter the country. They're kind of done. And there are other places, even in the UK, where they're like, yeah, we're kind of done. Boris Johnson saying,
we can return to Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire. As a result, from the start of Thursday next week, mandatory certification will end.
Yeah, so they're getting rid of their mandates. Yeah, I don't know if the over thing, it might be.
Number one.
This is an ugly stain on our history, and we need to make sure that we pass voting rights legislation so that we don't get lumped in the cauldron of suppression and oppression that communist countries that my constituents fled from are in the midst, continue to be in the midst of.
Hey, everybody, there was a Debbie Wasserman Schultz sighting.
I have the skin of an alligator.
There she is, telling everybody that, listen, I know a thing or two about what's going on with the Voting Rights Bill, which actually is more like a Voting Rules Act. I think it was Brit Hume who talked about it's not voting rights, it's voting rules. You don't get to change the wording of something and say it's voting rights when it's really not about voting rights, it's changing rules. But anyway, there's Debbie Wasserman Schultz saying, listen, I know a thing or two about this whole thing, and I have constituents on the East Coast where I represent, and there are people who left communism, left socialism. They know what it looks like, and this is taking us down. Oh, just stop it. It's
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Come on now, really? Is that what? Yeah, that's what Debbie Wasserman Schultz is doing.
I have the skin of an alligator.
So there you go. Still, the questions about the voting rules changes that the Democrats want to make. And it's getting desperate when a year into the presidency, they're like, hey, can we push this guy in front of a microphone now? That's right, Joe Biden today is going to be presented with the opportunity to speak to the press. Oh, boy. There's going to be some audio tomorrow. I'm telling you, I can't wait. So 4 p.m. today, his 365th day in office, he's going to talk to the press. And as AP put it, 1 year into a presidency defined by lofty ambitions and at times frustrating shortfalls, President Joe Biden will try to call anxious Americans through the challenges of delivering on his lengthy to-do list as he holds a rare news conference, and asks for patience with the pace of progress. Patience with the pace. What progress? Okay, he seems to think that there's progress. I mean, nobody says it better.
True international average of pressure.
Oh boy. But the Wall Street Journal also asking the question, like, what is he doing? He goes for broke. He's broke. Now what? Gerald Baker at the Wall Street Journal in an opinion piece. He could still push for bipartisan solutions, but his divisive first year makes it harder. Like, you had the opportunity to do the right thing. Just colossally disrespectful was how someone described as a longtime Biden advisor characterized for a Daily Beast reporter the behavior of Senator Kyrsten Sinema last week. The Arizona Democrat told the Senate that she wouldn't support a proposal to suspend the filibuster, thereby dealing the long-expected fatal blow to President Biden's legislative ambitions. The advisor was presumably articulating a widespread frustration in the president's ranks after Ms. Sinema declined even to hear any more pleas from Biden before jilting him. But think about that outburst for a moment and consider what it says about the standing and authority of the 46th president as we mark the end of his first year in office. Has there ever been a figure a year into his term, reduced to such impotence that his aides are impelled to whine to friendly media about the quote-unquote disrespect shown to him by a first-term senator? Can you imagine Lyndon Johnson's acolytes doing that for him, or Reagan's? In the past month, the president has been spurned by Ms. Sinema, a rebuff by Joe Manchin, and perhaps most humiliating, snubbed by Stacey Abrams, whose principal political achievement is to have come in second in the 2018 election for Georgia governor. But what is he going to do next? He's not going to do anything to bring us together. He's not going to do anything to try to have anything that would be even considered bipartisan. So what do we see next? You've gone for broke and now you're broke. There's nothing left to do. You have no plan to get along with Republicans. And Republicans should, don't get me wrong, in no way should they do anything at this point to help Joe Biden in any way, shape, or form, because helping Joe Biden means destroying the country. So for those Democrats that are sitting out there and are like, you see what happens? This is what Republicans do. They don't want to get along. They don't want to do anything crossing the aisle. We want to cross the aisle. No, you don't. You don't cross the aisle with a party that wants to destroy the country. Where do you find common ground? I'll let you destroy 80% of the country. Okay, can you leave 20%? Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. No. And considering what we're about to see, supposedly and hopefully, in the 2022 midterms, it's safe to say that it's a better idea to sit back and maybe object to and help others object to what has been a destructive policy of this administration, and wait for the changes that hopefully will make changes when it comes to where we need to be in 22 and 24 with Republicans. We'll see what they do. But, man, there's a lot there to dive into when it comes to what Republicans plan on doing. And in the next couple of days, we'll talk more in detail about that. Jen Psaki wanted to talk in no way, shape, or form about the president of the United States and visiting Delaware a little too often, and visitor logs. Like, is there a way to see what's going on here? No, you're not allowed to ask about that.
In light of President Biden's first year coming to a close, the data indicates that he spent a quarter of his days, at least partially, in Delaware. In light of that, will the White House be reconsidering the decision not to release visitor log information from his Delaware residences?
Yeah, so you don't get to see, visitor logs from his residence there in Delaware. No, you're not allowed to ask about it, right?
Well, the president goes to Delaware because it's his home. It's also where his son and his former wife are buried, and it's a place that is obviously close to his heart. A lot of presidents go visit their home when they are president.
No. You're not answering the question. The logs, the visitor logs. It's not all the reasons that you're telling us that he goes there. Okay, how about the visitor logs? You're not answering the question.
We also have gone a step further than the prior administration and many administrations in releasing visitor logs of people who visit the White House, and we'll continue to do that. Go ahead in the back. I think we're done.
I think we're done. No, that's it. In other words, I'm not answering your question. Don't ask me for a follow-up, and it's not going to happen. Transparency, everybody. That's what we have, right? Or that. Hey, by the way, speaking of websites that in the past have been a little, not working that well. We're talking about or healthcare or whatever he was trying to say at that moment in time, and thinking about the Affordable Care Act and the website and the healthcare website and what a debacle that was when they first started to open that up. How is the website? Jake, did you go to get your COVID tests? Everybody's talking about how the website's open for business, everybody.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it worked for me.
It worked for you. All right. There are some people that are saying, hey, I got questions. Apparently, if you live in an apartment and there's a business in that apartment building of any kind, and you try to get registered to get the tests, you get kicked out of the system, because I guess they think you're a business. And because there's a business address in the building, then technically that's a business address. And for some reason, there are people that are having a hard time and are getting kicked out. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing about. But hey, after how many months and months and here's the other funny part about it. How long until you get it? Like, it's after, so we're talking weeks, right? February, maybe something like that. And
It said it wouldn't be sent out till the end of February.
It's not going to be sent out until the end of February?
It won't be sent till the end of February, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said for me.
Yeah, here's the problem. I need a test next week. I need a test in 2 weeks. I need a test like now. Yeah, well, you'll be long fine by then. And probably the Omicron is going to be going down, and probably going away. Won't be as much testing going on, or maybe there will be. I don't know. That one ends up happening. You keep it for the next one. That's what you do. Stop complaining. Everything is good. Oh, man, I wish I could see. I know we got to go, but guys, I'm going to try to find this because it's been a couple of days, this story. Here it is. Okay. I just wanted to mention this before I go. Completely resetting, getting off topic. 239-479-5592. This was really weird. We know Bob Saget passed away, right? And it was in Orlando. What was it, last week or the week before? I forget how long ago it was. I think it was was it a week ago? It was a week ago, right?
Yeah, about 2.
Okay, Bob Saget, the comedian, right? Full House, the actor. This was really strange. So the Sun, right, reporting on the U.S. news, but the Sun is like a U.K. publication. This is really strange. House of Pain, inside curse of Full House with stars plagued by arrests, drug addictions, and eating disorders before Bob Saget's death. So they're showing a picture of Bob Saget, and then they're showing the 4 principal actors that are also Full House, the people that were actors in Full House, right? I forget the John Stamos and the one that played his wife and whatever. Okay, so the 4 principal actors. And then above their names, they talk about their plague, the problem that they have, the issues that they have. And this is no joke. This is from The Sun in the UK. And again, this is the entertainment section. House of Pain, inside curse of Full House with stars plagued by arrests, drug addictions, and eating disorders before Bob Saget's death. One actress in the top left corner, it said troubled relationships. It goes to John Stamos, DUI. It goes to the actress that was his, I don't know her name, but the actress that was his wife, mail fraud. Then it goes to one of the other actresses, and I forget who it is. Oh, goodness. Oh, man, it's the sister of, I forgot her name. Anyway, the 4th actress in Full House, her plague, conservative views. I'm not kidding. So it says one had troubled relationships, one had a DUI, one had mail fraud, and she has Christian conservative views. That's the plague. Christianity grounded conservatism. That's the plague of the problem from Full House and the actors on the show. I was like, that's all. Mind blown. There it goes. It's on the other side of the room. There's my mind. Speaking of my mind, it's gone. Let's go. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News. Hey, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. If the president does speak today at 4 p.m., boy, we're going to have some audio in the morning. Just buckle up because it's going to be quite the barrage of all kinds of things that we know about.
I got hairy legs. True international average of pressure. Bad care. Not a joke.
Let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
After the chilly start to the day, will actually be warmer for your Wednesday compared to what we had on Tuesday. Look